Hello everyone, welcome to Cornflower Crafts. I'm Corn. We're back for Words for Wednesday, and the words today will be like our Words for Wednesday last week that came out on Friday. And I was running a little late, y'all. And we're still working on my next giveaway, which is a music journal. And whenever I say real quick, that means about 10-15 minutes. So let's see if I can do this real quick. I'm going to speed up my voice and just go, not do fast forward, because you probably wouldn't understand the chipmunk thing. Plus I don't know how to do it. Yes, I'm telling on myself. But anywho, so what was happening, you saw, if you were with me last week, you saw that I got tons of things out that I wanted to use for this journal dealing with music. Now, I had more than that because I have been collecting musical items. Oh, I gotta speed it up. Been collecting musical items to craft with for several years, okay? Because I've been wanting to do this for some time. When I went through last time, I think it was in this past winter, to clean up the craft room, I would do stacks of this is save, this is future, this is maybe, that kind of thing. And this is donate. Well, the only thing I can think of, either I've hid it from myself because I can't find that stash, because sometimes if I am trying to organize a bunch of stuff, I'll try to put a bunch of stuff together that I find. I'll just pull that like music. Evidently I donated it. It was in the donate pile. I got put there by mistake. So I was going to use my stash 100%. Couldn't find my paper that I wanted, which was put out by the paper studio, by the way. So I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? Because I wanted it all about music and I only had limited paper. So Handsome said, go get some. And I was like, well, I wasn't feeling well, as you know. So I'm like, I'm not going to go out shopping. So got on Amazon, and they had, you all are probably familiar with this, Stamperia. This is the back sheet, what's left of it, guys. Put out one, and this is what's in it. Or maybe if I get closer. There's some tags on some of the paper. There's some journaling cards. There's some cut aparts. And then this is all that's left of the front cover. And as you see, you get 10 double-faced sheets. They had it on sale for $12.88, which I know is expensive for 10. But this is really nice stuff. And the artists do beautiful work, the designers. And that's what's on the back of the cover, y'all. So that's what you see here. So since Friday to Tuesday, this is in the morning, by the way, on Wednesday, I'm doing this. It was just, cut out this, fussy cut this, cut out this, cut out that, and, if you know me, gather more stuff. Now, I gather too much stuff sometimes, and then it goes in a folder and gets put in a notebook and then gets put on the shelves when I overdo it. And speaking of overdoing it, that's one thing. This is what happens, okay? And yes, I don't have anything on here that says Corn's stuff that she just went crazy on, okay? And what I do, and there's nothing in the front of this, but remember when I dyed fabric and laces and, I don't know, seam binding I think I threw in there too, and sari silk and anything else I could find. With the paint, when I done it with the paint. And so you've got pink, you've got the green, and greenish blue, or blue-green. And this is what I'm using a lot of in this journal. I'm not using my rickrack though, but the lace, other laces, there's one or two tags. There was an envelope. The paper, especially, look at all that great paper. Especially the paper. but not as much as the vintage as the coffee dyed paper, but I am using accents of that paint dyed paper. Real quick. Oh no, I don't need to show you all this. I showed you all this last time. I did use these two are the ones I was interested in for this journal. And this is adorable. You see how it, I guess I gotta get closer. You see how the keys mess up? You know, it looks like somebody hit it real hard. When you stamp it, I had to laugh at myself because for the first time I stamped it, but I was like, if I had stamped this stamp any other way, you know, if it was a different, just that typewriter alphabet, I would have wanted it perfect. But seeing it like, you know what I mean? You think, oh, I need to go back and do it over or whatever. It was so much fun to see it like that. Like, oh, it's supposed to look like that, which I knew anyway. But anyway, I'm trying to go fast because I think the last one was 41 minutes, and I know God love you. Some of you stayed. Bless your hearts. Okay, so real quick, like I don't know how. This is one of, embossing folders. I did grab these. We've got Tim Holtz that I got at Tuesday morning in 2017. Yeah. And then we got another Tim Holtz. Love him. You know me and my laces. And then I've got this is Sizzix, but I think this is Tim Holtz as well. No, I don't think so. Anyway, grab this one. And then this is a Doris, because I love the little flourishes because of this being musical and stuff. So I grabbed those, used those, and some of it's already in the journal, but this is how that came out. Oh yeah, one of my little pockets is this is torn. This is the one with the Doris embossing folder. This is the one with the lace one. I don't think I'm going to use this one, guys. I'm not, I'm not feeling it. So, I don't think that'll be included. Oh, I want to show you all this, but I already threw them away. I couldn't stand it on the desk because my desk is, as you see, cuckoo. So, this is one of my little coin folders that was already made that I put in the paint dye. And when I open it like this, they had put the probably a 1/4 inch double-sided tape on these, and I could literally lift it up, literally. But what I loved about this, and I'm sure everybody and his uncle's already done it, look how it dyed the inside. I just love that. I just think it's so gorgeous. I was wondering, should I try to, I won't, because it'll take up too much room in the journal. You know what I mean? Be too fat, I think. I'm always trying not to get too fat of pages, because not only do I do alligator mouth, I do alligator mouth with his mouth is wide open, you know. I just think the more the merrier, but I'm trying to calm down on that one. Look, even the bottom. But wouldn't it be fun? I'm sure other people have already done it. If you created something similar to this, where the person opens up and there's great items here and here, but they get to write here and then fold it up and then have a little piece here that they can tuck that under, and a little piece here they can tuck that under. I'm sure it's been done, but I don't know, I love the way it dyed and how it's so dark and solid on this side, and then look, just splotchy. Love it. But it's super thick, y'all. It really is. One other thing I did, I have to search through all of this, y'all, because like I said, I've got limited space. I grabbed this tissue paper, and I think it goes really well. I also did this with inks. In fact, let me go get those. They're in the closet because I had hauled those, y'all. Be right back. I'm literally going about 3 feet away. They're in the closet because, as I see it, tight spaces. Okay. So do y'all remember this? When Mimi saw that haul, Mimi said, oh, love those, because she does tons of mixed media. Well, I had gotten these at Ross for $6.99. And I thought, you know what? I'm just tired. And this is before the Stamperia paper arrived even. I just thought to myself, I wanted to flick paint or ink or something all over this, because you saw that one piece of paper I got, the single sheet had that on it. Remember, and I talked about that last time. I was like, oh, that's fun. And so what I did, it says shake well before use. They're acrylic art inks, and you get 6 of them, and that's the one I use right there. And I just got out my little palette, and I kept putting water on it and water on it. And this is mixed media paper, and I thought it would not get so, of course you're dealing with water and ink, so you know, of course it's going to buckle some. But I didn't do watercolor paper, because most of my watercolor paper is textured, and for me, textured, I didn't want it, because I just didn't. As you see, I'm already using spots of it. I've already got that in a journal. I'll show you in a second. And so what I did is I just took my brush, and it was a smaller brush, not too small, but you know, flick, flick, flick first on this one. And then I just kept adding the water and just going back and forth with my brush. And what was so tickles me about this one, it looks like bubbles under the water, doesn't it? Because when I went back and forth, it took off. Do you see what I'm saying? It took off the ink in the center. So it looks like I did little teeny, you know, circle. No. So I'm super happy with how that turned out. And this, I don't think that's all I have left, but I did 2. And then I did a darker one as well. And I did do this first before I flicked it. And there's, let's see, is this the one on? Yeah. This is one of the backings on, I thought that might be a fun bookmark, because books. So I do stuff like that, and because this is so warped, it's actually a little bit warped itself, but I talk about the feel and the texture and stuff. I liked it, so I'm going to include that. So here's, let me see, should I do these first? Yeah, this is one of the cut aparts, and I just did a little, let's see, where did I put those? Oh yeah, they're right here. You know, when you're cutting everything up on your paper, the tag, cutting out the tags and cutting out the journaling cards and all that stuff, you get these. And I thought, you know what, they're going to get used. A lot of times I donate these. I get a plastic bag, and then I just put things like this in it so that somebody can go to the thrift store and grab, you know, little goodies that they wouldn't normally have, because I don't think they charge much. And I'll just have a whole one of those with paper and fabric and bits and pieces that I thought, you know, somebody else could create something with them. So this time I thought I will donate what I have left over, but I want to use as many of these as I can, and I've been doing it too, so that feels good. So this paper, it's a matter of, like I said, this is one of the cut aparts, inked around. The 2 inks I'm using now is Vintage Photo and Salvage Patina. And I do have, let me get a little piece of that for you guys. I do have the, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it so much. Oh no, now I've got, it's, I want to say gauze, but it's, well, you all know what it is. I'll remember once I cut the video off. That's the sad thing. You know how you want to get on here, you want to, you know, be able to remember everything, but sometimes things just, I did remember it 3 minutes ago, but not right now. So, got this at Hobby Lobby when it was on clearance, and so there's a little piece of that on there. There is a piece of one of those strips behind it, a tiny piece of lace, and then this little flower with the wooden bead in the center. That I got on clearance a few years back from Hobby Lobby as well in the mixed media section. But I thought with the vintage, it's so yummy. Then they have little things like this that are already, you know, they're already there to cut out and just fold in half, and then you can stick it in a pocket, and then the winner can journal. I made my own, which is like these guys, and I already showed y'all I have the ruler that has the, here we go, just in case you didn't make it last time. There we go. This is from We Are Memory Keepers. It's a tear guide. And use that, and that's the tissue paper, not in a ruffle, because I know a lot of people do a ruffle, but that's in pleats. I don't know if that's showing up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pleats. 5, yeah, that I did. Then put that little strip. I'm trying to use those strips. Tore that myself and then inked it up. And then these are I love these instrument stickers. They're from Dollar Tree, y'all. And this is Bo Bunny paper here. And that's how that salvage patina, which is perfect, turns out. So I did my own. I haven't finished this yet. I just stuck it up. There's certain things that I put aside so I can get them off the desk, but I'll be putting paper in here, probably the patina colored paper that I paint dyed. So that'll go in here, and you'll get to see the pages, and I will tear the bottoms. I love torn paper and little booklets. Here's another one I made. Oh, and this one, guys, if you were with me last time, there's what is that stuff, y'all? I know what it is. And it's not gauze. I can't get gauze out of my head. Well. And then here's a little piece of lace that I inked up, actually. And then one of those strips, another one of those strips, and then the sticker. But what I did, y'all, this is that piece. Remember the paper I told you I love from my art journal? Well, I tore it myself and inked it up. And remember what Trina gave me, the dauber with those great, they said use it, those great little, I don't know, pads to use. Remember they said use it like a stamp. So that's what I did. I just, you know, held it down in each of the corners after I inked them up. Did it the same on the front. And look what it does, y'all. Isn't that cool? Thank you, Trina. That is a really cool gift. That really was nice of you. Love it, how that came out. Then, like I said, they have, the paper did this kind of stuff. But I just went ahead and, oh, here's one of my books. And this paper, I think it's the Paper Studio, or it might be Joann's. I did a little ribbon. This is from the Ribbon Boutique. I pulled this after the paper arrived. So I've got that down first. Got a tiny piece of lace. Then, remember one of those roses from Hobby Lobby that's on a trim. And then this right here is a vintage looking flatback pearl that I got from Walmart. And then I put my art journal paper, and then I put, oh, I love it. This is a tracing paper, several sheets in here. And then my binding was just two holes and a little bow. So, tickled with that. Let's see. Remember I showed you all this envelope that I had already made? Well, you open that up, and then to journal on, I put these two pieces together. And that time, I mean, it's a little bit warped because of the water on the mixed media paper, but not too bad. I'm happy with that. Journal away. Then on the front, I had shown you this from the Paper Studio. I just tore that with that ruler, And then this, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this piece of, it looks like linen to me. It's from a tie back, y'all, like a curtain tie back from a thrift store that if I see stuff like that, I'm like, ooh, journal with it. Then a little piece of lace. And then these are 3 little flowers from Hobby Lobby. And this is what's going to shock you. In the middle, at the light where it normally is, you can see it sparkle, sparkle. Joann Fabrics had these on clearance, y'all. These are the diamond dots that you do the diamond painting with. And when I got up there, I used these 2 colors. And that's color 8089. And this is, yes, I have to get everything close because remember I have eyesight problem. 8416. And I used these 2 on that. And because they had them on clearance, I left this tag on to show y'all. 50 cents. You know me. I'm like, oh, we can craft with those. Let me show you my colors, y'all. It's like a peachy coral and then a dark coral and then an olive green and then that gorgeous green. So, yeah. And then my 2 that look vintage. So, when they had them on for 50 cents, I went up there, and when I put them down, and I was smiling at her because a lot of times, if they say, if it's just written down, I don't get the sale price or there's a lot of talking going on. And she was like, I don't see why they put those on clearance. And I said, well, I don't do diamond painting. She said, they're very popular. And when I took the cover off, I kept one to show y'all in case you all want. Oh boy. I kept one, but it stuck to itself. There it is. See, the DD, the diamond dots, DOTZ, you know? And I kept one to show y'all that you might want to, I don't know if they're still, that was about a month ago, guys, but they might still have them. I don't know. But she was shocked. She said, they're popular still. So, yeah, those are, like I said, if the light hits them just right, they just go talking and talking. Love it. And then I also did this one with some lace. And this stuff. And a tag. And then there's 3 of those little, I think they're flat back pearls that look vintage. There's some of that linen and then another piece of this in that gorgeous, gorgeous blue-green trim that I cut off the flower. This I'm mad at myself about. I went ahead and did have a nesting die, and then the smallest one looks like a stamp. Why I didn't ink around that thing is beyond me. I have no idea why I did that. But in the center of this one, I took this little flower, had a wooden bead in the center also, but I didn't want it on this. So I took that off. Excuse my arm. I had to pull some. I have never used the Nouveau drops before, ever, y'all. And this is the only one I own, too. And so, I don't know. I got that on sale somewhere. I don't remember. I usually use the liquid pearls. So, I had pulled the brass and the bisque. And, I don't know. Do you all do this? On a scrap piece of paper, which is this one, I was like, oh, let me see if I'm going to like it before I'm putting it on a project. I wasn't thrilled with brass, wasn't thrilled with bisque, but oh, look at that one. These are really nice. They level off the Nouveau drops, and if you all have used them for years, you're like, Corn, where have you been? Stuck in the barn? Well, actually, I wouldn't mind being stuck in a barn, but that wasn't it. I'm trying to think, what is the color? Hold on, y'all. Remember, I got to get everything next to me. Oh, it's Antique Rose, y'all. Okay? If you like it. So that's what's in the center. All that to tell you that's what's in the center. So let's be putting some of this stuff up. Or like I said, you get, this is my cut aparts, my journaling cards. I did bring in, this is vintage crochet that was on a doily. This is also part of that one that I just cut little pieces that's going to go on here somewhere, I hope. Oh, I know what I wanted to do with y'all. You all already know this, but do y'all ever do this? Yeah, I know you know it, but let's do it together anyway. So, oh, I also cut, you know, fussy cut stuff like this. Oh, this was on the cover. This was on the back, I think. I do stuff like this as well. But with these guys, oh, and this I dyed with the paint. This is fabric, y'all. Because when I first picked it up, I thought, boy, that's so thick. How many, you know, how many doilies did I dye together? But no, that's fabric. Might do something with it, might not. Not sure. It's here just in case. But when it comes to, you know, wanting those edges not to be perfect, I don't dislike straight edges, but I'm not a massive fan of them, and that's why I got this. But I'll tell you all something. This is plastic, as you know, but they do have, where would they be? Is it Pinterest or places like that? Not Pinterest. Well, I don't know. Online somewhere you can get the metal ones. And there are some artists that actually make the metal ones themselves. I don't know how they do it, but and they tear like your paper is butter, and this is a hot knife. Really, that I've seen crafters go vit 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 vit. This you know, I don't personally think it's as good. That's my own opinion. You know, you can take it or throw it. But there are times I don't want it. See, I don't know if you can see. Let me see. Let's put it against our cover. I haven't done the cover yet. There's little places where it looks like little nicks and where it's worn out and stuff like that. If you don't have one of those rulers and you're not into just cut, which I do sometimes, like this, except for the top because they're books. But, you know, I do that. But there are times, especially in a vintage one, I like to mess it up a little bit. See, that's just cut. See? So, but I also like to just, like this. And, you know, we can do one together. You can see. So, okay, so you're like, I don't have, I will try to do it out here, even though, to be honest, I want to bring it into me super, super close. You know, like just go straight for a little bit, you know? And don't worry about, oh, Lordy, I don't want to mess up my image. Well, as long as you're not going in the center of your image. And just, you know, let the paper do the talking. You know, like you might want to just go straight for a while and then curve in. You know, and if you don't want your words to be messed up, well, that's a place you can go straight. And sometimes I just curve in, you know, then curve up. And sometimes you can actually curve right around little cherub's toes and like so. And that's all you've done. You haven't taken much off, but at the same time, when we go ahead, since there's not tons of the color I want on this, we're going to ink it up with that. And that's That's oxide, actually, that we're working with. This, I think I showed it. And one thing I love is to watch other crafters ink around things, because everybody does their own thing, and they also apply it with their own thing. And it tickles me to watch. I have a favorite. I'm not, because, you know, I don't like calling out favorites. I think that's not very nice. But I'm telling I have a favorite to watch ink up stuff. Every time she inks up something, I just grin from ear to ear. I like the way she has something I've never used to ink hers up with. She places her hands a certain way, and it fascinates the daylights out of me. I'm not lying about that. You can also do your back if you want, or being this, you can also do your back, you know, in the vintage photo. But let's put it on this background again. See, it's just a little bit, but just enough to where it looks like it's not brand new, you know, without being an even tear also, you know what I mean? Because this side, which is the one I use mostly, see, that's pretty much it's a tear, but it's pretty much an even tear. So if you do it yourself, which you've probably been doing for years, you don't need anything fancy but a pair of scissors, you know? So let's open this up and see what we got so far. I don't have tons, because you see it, most of it's been cut this, cut that, cut this, cut that. Like I said, wasn't feeling 100%. So Hanson was shocked that I was in here cutting. Oh, guys, real quick. Oh, mercy. Nothing real quick with me. Donna does these, is it twinchies? I think that's what they're called, where you have to have a 2x2 and decorate it up, little piece of paper. You can use it as on card. You can use them on anything, and in your journals as tuck spots and stuff. So these were on the back sheet, you know, showing everybody this is a piece of paper in here. This is one of the designs. This is one of the designs, and they're not 2x2, but I'm going to mount them on 2x2 and decorate them. And first time ever making those little things. Donna's are gorgeous. I'll list her channel down below since I'm talking about her. Okay. This is another one of those Tim Holtz embossing folders that I did. And that's going to go here for the winner to put. This music journal belongs to me. And the name, or put their name, channel name, whatever they want to do with it. Or if they make it for somebody, you know, if they put goodies in it for somebody, that's not making it, I made it. You'll notice this is a different sheet. I did have the cream colored cardstock here, and it was bugging me. That's why I always say it may not stay this way. So I changed it, and this reminds me of my mama's coffee, because she'd put in the cream, quite a bit of cream, look like that. I'm rearranging things. This is when I had those inks out. I was just flicking them all over the place. Had so much fun. And as you know, when it's coffee dyed printer paper, it comes through, and I loved it. This is one I found it in my stash over there. This is an envelope that I dyed with that paint. And then you all have already seen it. Haven't decorated yet. Haven't done that yet. This is one of those embossing folders that I love so much. Usually I put like, what is it, that little thumb slot or whatever. And I just embossed it, and I loved it so much that I was like, you know, went over it with my vintage photo ink, and I just loved it so much. I thought, don't do anything. And of course, this is one of their envelopes that you do just that. You just open it and put a little secret something in here. Everybody thinks I love classical music, but actually I'm into As for me, I love all music except, back in the day it was called acid rock. Now is it headbanging? I don't know what it is. It's music, and I promise you, I used to go into a store with my daughter who liked certain kind of clothing, when she was a teenager. She still likes the store. And they always played that music, and I get a migraine every time. It was the strangest thing. In here, we've got just a line of, this is velvet ribbon that I got from Hobbs Lobs. And then again, those little pieces, I just tore them off, inked them up, tore them off, inked them up. I just really want to use a lot of those in here. And then that little, that's my birdie, Fisker's Birdie Punch, because birdies are extremely musical, if you ask me. See, oh, I did on my, did decorate my envelope that I showed last time, so just kind of simple here. This is a piece of the mixed media paper that I was messing with the ink and stuff. Just cut that out. Nothing super fancy. Same thing here. Did this lace, believe it or not, is cotton lace from Dollar Tree. And then in that pocket, if you've got black ink, you can journal on that. If you don't want to journal on that, I went ahead and put my paint dyed paper on the back so the winner can journal on that. Then there's that embossed, here's hoping you can see this. I hope. Here's that embossed pocket that I just tore. And this is a few of the pieces where tag and thing. And oh, I love, look at that guitar, isn't that precious? Dollar Tree. This is one of the stamps that I showed y'all. And fun to ink. It is Tim Holtz. Just to kind of come around almost like the ink is growing on the paper. That's just tucked there to get it off of the, oh, and there's another one of the, there's, look at that stamp, y'all. Doesn't want to stay tucked there, does it? Isn't that cute? I love it. And here's another one of his embossing folders that I really, boy, I went to town and inking that up and then went over lightly the numbers. This is a piece of one of my linens from the linen closet that needed to go bye-bye. I'm using it to craft with now. That's that dyed lace. We have embossed piece here, little birdie. And then I just love the books. There's a whole bunch of images of these books, and I thought that'd be great to journal on the back. And I just love the way they look. I think they're gorgeous. And it's just one of their little journaling cards. And that's the other side. As you see, you're going to see the books a lot because they put them in all different sizes. And I just love them. Then instead of the lace to pull this one out, I've got some of that velvet ribbon. And on the back I did the same. And this is put down, since it's paper on paper, with the Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix. And I will probably try to hang something from it, especially since this one's so strong. Put in like a bulb pin or something like, oops, I pulled this, something like this, which I used to call a baby quilt. Not quilt pin, but a baby kilt pin, because I used to have a couple of kilts and I had pins like that to hold the front together. Something like so, you know. And let's see. On the back, concerto. Birdies, you'll see these. I'm pretty sure I got that at Michael's, which is probably 4 years ago. That's washi tape. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. I just I don't know. I just love embossed cardstock and embossed paper. I just love it. And I love to feel it, and I love to look at it, and I just love it. So does Hanson. We both are fans of that. And on this, you saw the ribbon I just showed you from Ribbon Boutique. A little lace. This punch is a Fisker's punch. And then, let's see, where is it? Did I use it all? No, it's over here. Oops, there's that linen, by the way, that I keep ripping up to put on him. And then either fun fur or eyelash trim. See, I know some stuff. Oh, mercy. And just wrapped around, you know. But it's just the perfect color. And there's journaling card, big journaling card, little journaling card. Ba-dum-bum-bum. As you see, most of my stuff I made to go in. This is the other side of that envelope. Fussy cut this out and just glued it on the one side so I can have a little tuck spot. And when I had that ink out, I made a lot. I was having so much fun. I was like, oh, I'm going to go get a CD cover and put it on that too, just the front and the side, because I want to put other paper here. But then I cut, this is paper, not cardstock, to put in here. This is one of the single pieces I had gotten. And I'm debating whether to make this a flip, you know, and where there could be journaling and stuff, or to make it a little shaker. I have to make sure I have the right colors to put in it, and just have it where they can, you know, close everything up and just have it so that they can attach it. And if they need, if they're writing and the hand gets tired and they need to have some fun, just take it off and shake it. I can't show Hans. Remember, he's got a thing about shaker anything. Oh my gosh, he loves those things. And yes, the ones I've made that he says he had to have one, he's got them by the desk. And every once in a while, I do hear him over there. And he's got a pretty serious job. And then there's the big soap. Like I said, I haven't even started on the cover yet. And I'm one of those that doesn't sew it in first. Most people do, but I don't. So that's what we're doing, everybody. Oh, and I wanted to show you all this too. Looky, y'all. Aren't these fun? This is also an older piece of a doily that someone has created, and it needed to say goodbye to its original use. Let's put it that way. That, I think, the cream is absolutely gorgeous, but if you want to accent what they did in the center, as you already know, just isn't that pretty? And I cut, let's see, I cut 3 together because I thought, oh my goodness, wouldn't that be a darling belly band? But something tells me, because of this being so loose, that it's going to be used as a decoration on a pocket instead, because as a belly band, unless I put it on paper, which I probably will, do one of those, either one of those things, wouldn't it, you know, I think it would stretch to the point where whatever I put in it would go plop, fall out. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. I love vintage, mostly anything. And now I'm going to hush, y'all. I'm going to stop. How did I do? Oh, I did worse. I did even worse than last time. See, you ask a southern lady to shorten things, and somehow it gets longer. But those of y'all who've stayed with me, bless your hearts. That's really sweet, because everybody's time is limited these days as far as they've got everything to do. In fact, I got a bunch to do, and I shouldn't be doing this. But I wanted to come on and do the words for Wednesday and show you all this giveaway is coming along slowly but surely. And I want to thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.